Hey y'all, it's Jimmy on the road again. Coming to y'all from the big city of Smyrna, Tennessee. My wife's working and I'm traveling with her this week with our daughter, and we just got done doing homeschool, and I'm letting her take a recess in the swimming pool. But I figured while I'm sitting in Smyrna, I might as well flip over to the book of Revelations and talk about the church in Smyrna. And if you got your Bibles with you, look over here to the church in Smyrna. I brought my Bible with me on the road. I try to bring it everywhere I go because it's my sword and I have to keep it sharp. So what I like about this, if you read about the church in Smyrna, that the angel is talking, to John, and he's telling him to write what's going on. So I'm going to read this out of Revelation chapter 2, verse 8. To the angel of the church in Smyrna write, these are the words of him who is the first and the last, who died and came to life again. I know your afflictions and your poverty, yet you are rich. I know about the slander of those who say they are Jews and are not, but are a synagogue of Satan. Do not be afraid of what you are about to suffer. I tell you, the devil will put some of you in prison to test you, and you will suffer persecution for 10 days. Be faithful even to the point of death, and I will give you life as your victor's crown. Whoever has ears, let them hear what the Spirit says to the churches. The one who is victorious will not be hurt at all by the second death. So what I like about that is this is the angel telling John to write this down. That Jesus is basically telling the churches in Smyrna that he knows the ones that are the false teachers, who are the Jews and who say they're the Jews and who aren't. So he's saying, I know who the real teachers and the real preachers and the real servants and the true followers are. You can serve with your lips and follow with your lips, but I know your heart and I know your actions. So you're not going to fool Jesus. Just because you go to church does not mean you get to go to heaven. So, and then it goes on to say, it is a synagogue of Satan. Just because it has a cross, y'all, and a preacher and a piano and pews, doesn't mean it's a church. We are the church. She's having fun. So, it also says, do not be afraid. So, you are going to suffer. It says plainly, do not be afraid what you are about to suffer. Suffering for Christ is a blessing. All of us do it. You're going to do it if you follow Christ. You are going to suffer, whether it be physically, emotionally, spiritually. We all get tired. We all get worn down. And keep praising. Keep praising. When you're sick, keep praising. When you're suffering and you're hurting all the time, keep praising. God don't care how strong you are. He wants to know how long you endure. And if you can just finish your race and keep praising, that's all that matters. And lastly, he talks about being faithful even to the point of death. And I will give you your victor's crown. So he's telling you to be faithful. You're going to suffer even death. Those that love him are going to suffer even death. Now, some of this may sound like foolishness to some people, but it says right here, whoever has ears, let them hear what the Spirit says to the churches. The one who is victorious will not be hurt at all by the second death. The first death is the physical death. The second death is the one where you're judged in heaven. And it is decided whether you go to hell for an eternity or to heaven for an eternity. That's the second death. So as long as we're in Smyrna, I do bring my little Jesus with me. I got a pocket full of them, can't wait to hand them out, just to sow seeds and show people the love of Jesus. But I hope y'all are having a great day. I hope this message reaches those. And it's really cool if you go through the book of Revelations and you look at all the churches and what basically Jesus is telling them. All but one of the churches were corrected, were told, you're doing a bad job, except one. The one church that he gave a good report to was wore down, wasn't very big, was tired, hurting, suffering. But he said, your obedience is noticed. You will be rewarded. So I just want to inspire y'all today to get out in the world and be obedient. Pick up your cross, believe in Jesus, follow Jesus. And when you look like little Jesus and you start acting like Jesus, that's when the devil's going to attack you. And count it as joy. Keep going. Keep praising. Look at the devil, smile in his face, even if it hurts, because he is a defeated foe. Call him for what he is, and that's a liar. All he comes to do is to steal, kill, and destroy. I'm going to try to go live later on today, no promises. I'm supposed to go out to eat with my wife's colleagues and bosses and stuff like that. So that may not happen. So I hope it does happen, because I would like to interact with some people and just show some love. I do got a big announcement coming up about my company that I'm starting called Save One Life, Fishers of People. And I'm ordering the little seatbelt cutter window smashers, and I'm going to need some help. I went ahead and placed the order, and it's going to cost me a little over $800 to get these tools, to just give them away. So, but I ordered them, and I'm going to start going around the country to churches, putting on these seminars where I have police officers, firefighters, cars, tow trucks, food, and it's just going to purely come off donations. I'm not going to ask for 1 cent. It's purely what God puts on your heart to save one life, so we can point them to Jesus, who can save their soul. And the education about the tool is going to come. There's people that are volunteering their time and volunteering towing services, pulling cars, and this tool will help you escape the car by cutting a seatbelt and smashing a window. And you need to know how to use that tool properly, because that using the tool, knowing how, is just as important as having that tool. So stay tuned. I will be posting a video about that. If you feel like donating, you can go to my Cash App, PayPal, all that's in the bio. I love you. God bless you. And I hope God puts somebody in your way today, and you have to show them a little Jesus. And y'all have a good day.